now we understand that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy who headed a panel, has shifted the program, that is the National Social Investment Program, to his ministry. Well, some people have questioned why he would do that. Well, I think that he has the right to do it. He seems like a straightforward person. It may turn out to be a good thing. What can we do to make the program more viable and sustainable? Well, I think what we should do is, first of all, to have a proper register for the program. We have to know the kinds of people that we want on the program. I am a little curious about the register that we claim that we have today in the country, because nobody has really seen it, and nobody has talked about how that register was designed. How was that register put out? How was it put together? Now, if there's a problem there, then you will continue to have that conflict that I talked about between politics and the program. It means that perhaps there are political innuendos that are involved in this. That there's a political coloration to the whole thing. Perhaps it's a program just for the APC. Who knows? And how can the APC government assure the nation that it is not a program for the APC, for people who supported them during the election? During the time of NSIP, when NSIP, the National Poverty Eradication Program, was first set up, there were a lot of accusations at that time too that the program, that NSIP was a program of the PDP. Since I happen to have been one of the heads of NSIP, I made sure during my tenure that it was not a program of the PDP. And I can tell you how I did it. How I did it was by making sure that every single governor in the country had a poverty eradication office. And I took the national budget that was given to me and I shared it equally to all the states, whether you were PDP or you were whatever party it was at that time. So there was no way that the PDP had any special advantage. It was a program for the government, program for the country. And this is what I'm believing that the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy will be able to do, is to kind of wave away politics and try to do what we can do to achieve economic development. And a lot of this would be through training. You know, I often argue that what we need in our country is very strong human capital development, where we are training people to be more productive, because we cannot have everybody in the National Social Investment Program. There's no way that we can afford it. 133 million people on the program, that is just not going to be sustainable. So National Social Investment Programs like this, it's like mopping to me. Then for creating jobs, having real economic activity, industrialization is like connecting a pump to a hose and evacuating the water from the room. Then when you get to the floor level, then you can use the mop. So that's what we have to do. So the question is a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier to identify those people that are left, that have fallen through the cracks, those people that are like the water on the floor, to be mapped. And how do you do that? I think that we do it through poverty mapping. So we identify the areas where there are poor people. So you do what I call the mapping to know where the poor people are, and then you do the public square registration. And that's how you do it. That's how you get people come, the parties come, political people, all kinds of people, they come there and they see it transparently done. I have actually done this. When I was at NSIP, that's how I got people that I included in the conditional cash transfer program. As many people know, I introduced the conditional cash transfer program in the country when we did it. So it is this, I believe, part of my model is what is being worked with now. And I think that if we really want to achieve sustainability, we will look at the model that I introduced when I was at NSIP. Now, the other way that I look at, and I think can be very costly if we don't address well, is how we are handling the so-called Empower. The Empower is a fantastic program. Even the GIP is also a fantastic program. But let's talk about the Empower very briefly. On the Empower, where you're giving 30,000 naira to people. That's pretty low. Now that labor is demanding 1 million, I don't know whether you consider 510,000 naira, laughable as it is, but nevertheless, it's good to get them something. I mean, I'll take 30,000 naira instead of 0,000 naira. So they give people 30,000 naira to be in the empire. They go teach somewhere or they do whatever somewhere. But I think that this money must be paid back or should be paid back. So it's for 2 years, the way I understand it. So after the 2 years, they go get proper jobs. But during the time that they are teaching or doing whatever they are doing, there should be serious training in their skills, so in specified skills, so that they'll be able to work for somebody or set up their own entrepreneurial activity. And when they do this, after the 2 years, they'll be able to have a job where they get paid. And they can pay back, or they should pay back the 30,000 naira or whatever it was that they were paying to them over a long period of time, so it doesn't stretch them, so it's not too difficult for them to pay back.